How did we get here? This is a question that stirs something deep within us, a longing to understand the very fabric of existence. And yet, the more we explore, the more the universe reveals itself to be far more strange and complex than we could ever imagine. When we contemplate the idea of nothing, it seems paradoxical that anything exists at all. Why not simply nothing? How could something as vast as the universe emerge from absolute nothingness? If nothing ever existed, then wouldn't it remain nothing? This is where things become truly mind-boggling. We find ourselves in a universe governed by invisible forces, mathematical constants and equations that dictate everything from the tiniest particles to the movement of galaxies. Think about it. Even if there were nothing, there seems to be an underlying framework, a structure, a set of rules like the laws of physics and mathematics embedded in reality. And one of the most beautiful and mysterious examples of this is the Mandelbrot set. The Mandelbrot set is a fractal, an infinite self-replicating pattern that, no matter how much you zoom in, reveals the same complexity. It's a simple mathematical equation, yet it produces endless complexity. Zn plus 1 equals Zn squared plus c. This little equation generates intricate swirling patterns that never repeat themselves, revealing a deep and infinite structure within something as basic as numbers. It's as if the universe itself is encoded with infinite detail, just like this fractal. But here's the question: who or what encoded these rules? The universe, much like the Mandelbrot set, appears to be built on a foundation of numbers and mathematics, and yet we cannot see these numbers. They are invisible forces that shape everything around us. Take the pyramids, for example, an enigma that still haunts us. These massive structures are perfectly aligned with the stars and embody mathematical precision, such as the golden ratio. Their construction defies what we believe the ancient Egyptians were capable of with the technology they had at the time. The precision, the alignment with celestial bodies, the sheer scale, everything about them feels like it was designed with knowledge far beyond what should have been possible. It's as if they too were built according to an invisible mathematical code, just like the universe itself. So, who built them? And why do the structures of the universe seem to align so perfectly with the principles of mathematics? It's as if the very nature of existence is tied to numbers, patterns, and equations that were here long before humans ever grasped them. In fact, we didn't invent math, we discovered it. It was always there, embedded in the fabric of reality, waiting to be unveiled. But here's where it gets even stranger. Our minds seem to work in harmony with these invisible numbers. Where do we get our understanding of mathematics from? Why is it that when we look at the world, we can break it down into measurable, predictable patterns? Is our consciousness somehow attuned to this hidden structure? Why does the human mind, a product of biology, have the ability to perceive something as abstract as math? It's almost as if our brains are wired to decode the universe, as if the numbers are already set within us, pre-programmed by something greater. Think about how numbers are everywhere, from the orbits of planets to the branching patterns of trees to the spirals in galaxies and seashells. The Fibonacci sequence shows up in nature, governing the growth of plants, the shapes of storms, and even the proportions of our own bodies. It's as though the universe was created with a blueprint, a mathematical language that everything adheres to, even though we can't see it. The deeper we go, the more it feels like there's a hidden intelligence behind it all. A creator, perhaps, something or someone who wrote the cosmic code that dictates reality. But if there is a creator, who or what created them? Do we end up in an infinite loop of creators creating creators? Or perhaps there's an ultimate source, something so fundamental that it simply is, a creator that exists outside of time, space, and the need for creation itself. And what about us? Our own existence seems to be an extension of this mysterious blueprint. Consciousness, the very thing that allows us to ask these questions, is another great unknown. Where does it come from? How does it arise from mere biological processes? Is it possible that our minds are more than just products of neurons firing? Could they be tapping into some deeper universal consciousness that connects us to the underlying structure of reality itself? Just as the Mandelbrot set reveals endless complexity hidden within a simple equation, could it be that our consciousness is part of the fractal structure of existence, infinitely complex and deeply connected to everything? Of course, when we explore these big questions about the origins of the universe, the existence of a creator, or the nature of consciousness, we touch on beliefs and ideas that have existed for thousands of years. Many religions and philosophies have sought to answer these questions in their own ways. Whether it's through the lens of spiritual creation, divine beings, or a cosmic force, the idea of a higher power or an ultimate cause resonates deeply with many people. Every culture has its own interpretation of how we came to be, and it's important to acknowledge and respect those beliefs. These questions are universal, and no single explanation can capture the full complexity of existence. But what's fascinating is how mathematics, science, and spiritual belief often overlap, converging on the same mysteries. It's as if the universe leaves breadcrumbs for us, hints at something greater, something we can feel but may never fully understand. Whether we explore these mysteries through religion, science, or philosophy, the pursuit of understanding connects us all. The universe feels like it's built on layers of hidden knowledge, mathematics, physics, consciousness, that we're only beginning to understand. Why is it that all of this feels so intentional, so designed? And why are we, as human beings, capable of asking these questions, of pondering the mysteries of our existence? It seems like everything, life, the universe, the pyramids, the mind, is connected by something invisible yet undeniable. Maybe it's mathematics, maybe it's something even more profound. But one thing is clear. The universe is far more mysterious than we can comprehend, and we may never fully understand how we got here, what created us, or how everything ties together. But perhaps in asking these questions, in exploring the strange and the infinite, we're getting closer to the truth, one equation, one discovery at a time. This version incorporates the respect for differing beliefs while emphasizing the universal mystery that connects all of us. It's inclusive of various worldviews and reinforces the idea that we're all searching for answers to the same deep questions.